Art of war, baby. Deception. Let them believe that this was done. Everything is for a cause. Everything is for a process. Trust me, tomorrow, just be here.
How shocked were you that you didn't make weight first time around?
Art of war, deception. Maybe I did it on purpose.
I like it. What did you do out the back to make weight? Or have you not done anything different? What did you do out the back?
I took a piss. Simple and easy. I
Yes, sir. Super growth. Yes, sir. They don't want to fight that little dirt. You super loud.
Wow, George Kambosos misses weight. But wait, there's more. He says to the crowd, the live audience who had to pay for the weigh-in, and Australian fans, that he missed weight on purpose. This was all game. Skullduggery, I tell you. The art of war. Deception. I'll talk about that in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you come in, smash the like button. Now, I made a video about it. Devin Haney looks like a damn action hero. Devin Haney absolutely cut up, shredded, looks to be in mean, and I mean mean shape. Unforgivable. I said waffle fries. Devin Haney looks dialed in. You know, everything he's been saying leading up to this fight, he meant that. You know, we'll see when they actually step in the ring how it all plays out. George Kambosos, we can't say the same for him. George Kambosos is alleging that he intentionally missed weight. Devin Haney came in just under 135 pounds. Devin Haney weighed 134.92, over 135 pounds. The actual lightweight and boxing limit was George Kambosos, who weighed 135.36 pounds. Now, you guys heard the foolishness at the beginning where he's basically saying this was, you know, he's the master of deception and he chose this life. He didn't choose the thug life chose him, and, you know, all this other shenanigans that he's saying. First of all, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. George Kambosos sounds like CAPBOSOS. It sounds like he's definitely capping. Because when he weighed in, he had to weigh in butt naked, please, in his birthday suit. So why would you strip down naked before your hometown audience? People, so just so you know, some people don't know this, but I'm here to report the facts. This was a paid weigh-in, right? This is not a standard issue. This is not something that boxing always does in terms of weigh-ins. A lot of times the weigh-in, it's free to the public, right? But in Australia, I guess based on the sheer volume of people, they're charging people. They felt like, hey, we could make a pretty penny or whatever, and people will pay to see it because we have, you know, somebody who's from Australia and we got a guy from America who's known, undisputed. So it's a historic fight. We're gonna charge you. We're gonna high charge you that. So if I know this, then George Kambosos knows this because it's his card, right, in Australia. So you mean to tell me that he intentionally failed to make weight knowing they were paying Aussies, right? Because let's be real, this is not like 1 million American fans flew out to Australia. Maybe you have some. You got some American media and maybe a few Americans that traveled all the way out to Australia to cover this fight, you know, or to be there in the atmosphere. But for the most part, the 50,000 plus people in the stadium, that's yo people. Those are people that are supporting you and the card, because you have to keep in mind the Maloney brothers and Lucas Brown and New Zealanders, Kiwis are on this card. So it's really a card that is built to pacify Aussies and Kiwis, right? That's just the reality of it. So it doesn't even sound realistic, especially as I declared the weigh-in was a paid weigh-in. So if you have that knowledge, you're telling me this is the art of deception. I can continue to break this down and slice you guys like Ginsu. I'm Ginsu sharp. There's no one in boxing that's going to continually insult my intelligence. So on top of it being a paid weigh-in and you stripping down naked, so you just wanted to get naked in a room full of dudes just to trick Devin Haney into thinking you missed weight. Second of all, if you did this as some kind of plot, skullduggery, or ploy, then how do you decide to be over by that specific amount? You had to be under 130, you had to be 135 flat or under 135, right? He weighed 135.36. So if you really wanted to trick somebody, right, you would come into the scale and then put weights in your pocket or a cell phone or whatever, and then make it look like you're, let's say, 139 pounds. And then they're like, okay, you got 2 hours to lose this. If you're really trying to mind FUCK somebody, then it seems like you would go for the gusto. You're not going to come in 135.36. So I thought that was a corny excuse. I do not believe it from George Kambosos. And furthermore, I tell you, George Kambosos has continued to play this role. This is why Devin Haney said that Kambosos was an actor or a character, because he's been talking about snitching and no rats allowed and, you know, all these different things. Now his claim is, hey, I missed weight, but that was all a mind game. Oh, I did that on purpose. Now this is what we're going with. And it just sounds ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous. The other thing is, again, nobody in boxing is going to play me for a fool. You got to make all these points that I'm making in this video make sense. So how did you land on that as the magic number? Why not just say I weighed 140? You know, put something in your pocket. That. Why are you charging people, you know, your events charging people for the weigh-in? It looks bad on you. It makes you look unprofessional, while the visiting fighter looks very professional. You know, these things don't make sense if you're just doing it to psychologically trick Devin Haney. The other thing is this: if you in fact were trying to play a mind game with Devin Haney, you've been trying to play mind games. You keep calling him a rat, and he came in shredded. You said that he sucks and, you know, he's an informant, and he's unbothered. He's unmoved. He doesn't seem to be biting on it. So why continue to make yourself look foolish to get under his skin or try to get a rise out of Devin Haney to no avail? So this further lets me know that was CAPBOSOS. You're saying all these things because you know in real time you look bad fighting for Undisputed at home. You've been calling him a rat and an informant, and you missed on your first attempt. Now, George Kambosos did come back at 134.49. I don't know what he had to do, if he had to take a doo-doo. It's doo-doo, baby. You know, I don't know if he had to run on a treadmill, sauna. You got 2 hours to get it together. So he did something, came back, and he was under. The other thing is this: all this fake skullduggery talk and conversation missed me. I've been in boxing too long. He's saying it's the art of war, Sun Tzu, and art of deception. And what does that accomplish by you looking unprofessional and coming in at a weight that is not beneficial to you? You think Devin Haney, who has an overall game, including offense and defense, so he's going to try to fight you different? You know, what would one be hoping to accomplish by somebody missing weight and then being over a little bit and then coming back and making weight? Like, psychologically, what is that supposed to do to Devin Haney, right? I mean, what kind of game plan would change because you miss weight? Now, finally, I seen George Kambosos in the videos and pictures. He looked a little bit tubby. I think he was in better shape for the Teofimo Lopez fight, which brings me to another point I want to make is, if you're all about the art of war and Devin Haney's an informant and fed you this information that Teofimo was having issues, then why didn't you feign and fake this weight fiasco and miss weight for Teofimo, and then that was on his turf, and then catch him by surprise? Why did you, throughout your career, you know, you made your weights or whatever, most importantly, your most recent fight that you became franchise champion, you made your weight. So why didn't you fake the weight with Teofimo if it was all a mind game, right? So what George Kambosos is saying Simply put, it sounds like an excuse and it's not logical to me. And lastly, his body looked doughy. His body looked soft. So even if you were trying to play some kind of psychological warfare, skullduggery and things like that, and get under Devin's skin or play some kind of psychological warfare mind games, you can't fake how your body looked on the scale. And that's just the reality of it. So to me, I think, you know, the time has come for Devin to get them belts up off George Kambosos. If you've been reduced to just saying, oh, I did this to trick him and all that, I mean, you might be in for a world full of hurt, because Devin Haney looks like he's not changing his game plan. He's not falling for any of the bogus stuff, and he looks in monster shape. Meanwhile, Kambosos, not so much. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe. I am the best in the business. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego Sano.
Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks.
The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.